I have another certificate of distinguished service here for someone we all know who's run a business in our community here for 70 years, Reliable Fuel Oil. All right, so when your oil prices go up, don't blame me. Anyway, this is being presented to Louis Mastro in recognition of 70 years of service at Reliable Fuel and all that they've done. All right, can you introduce me again?
No, get out of here. Okay, I also have to remember Greg Bernard, who was a former councilman.
I'm right here.
Okay, thank you. Okay, at this time, I'm going to let Terrence talk a little bit. A little bit. And then we'll have Doug Golding.
I'm this way.
Terrence? Okay, I know you want to get to your family.
Boy, was that unbelievable.
I know.
Well, first off, I'd just like to say thank you very much for everybody coming here this afternoon, to support the Yorktown Republican Club and, more importantly, support Westchester County. I'd like to thank Serafina, the chairwoman of Yorktown Republican Club, and the entire committee, the executive branch of the committee, and all the district leaders that volunteer a lot of their time. We cannot do this without a lot of volunteers. And I see there's a lot of distinguished guests in here, and you guys know what it's like going out and knocking on the doors. It's not, this just doesn't happen in 6 weeks and knock on doors. You've got to be everywhere. So, thank you very much, Serafina. Other elected officials, I think we've gone through enough of them, and everybody has been recognized. But in case we missed anybody, please stand up.
Yes, please.
Identify yourself. My brother Sean, here. But more importantly, I think this past November was really a crucial step in trying to get Westchester County back on the map, so to speak. And it was extremely, extremely important to have a leader like Rob Astorino heading our county that's going to put us right back on track. Because, folks, we were literally the highest tax county, and still are until he finishes what he does. We're the highest tax county in the United States of America. And if we continue going down that route, there'll be no one left in New York. We have an unbelievable leader over there with Rob Astorino as our CEO of Westchester County, and another one, Doug Colte, who runs the GOP for Westchester County. And you guys are doing a phenomenal job. George, I'll throw you in there again because you're part of the mix. But just taking time out of his way to come up here, Rob, I truly appreciate it. I know you have a wife and 3 kids at home, and you're trying to be everywhere. I truly respect it, just being here and saying hello. Thank you very much. There's another person who, you know, we've heard his name once, twice, 5 times, 10 times. George Oros. George, if you could just step here for 1 second. I met George, honestly. Is that the limelight? Honestly, I met George back in, it was late 06 and 07. And George, I would consider my mentor. He's this guy, what he said about me falls right over to him. He is true to his word. He's a man of integrity. He's a man that you want to emulate as far as being in politics with. He guided my ship when in my election in 07, we know what happened. Some things weren't going the right direction with the last 6 weeks of my election left. And he comes to me and he says, Terrence, listen, if you can get through this, you can get through anything. And I was pretty much going to say, I had a bad taste in my mouth about politics. And this gentleman right here gave me encouragement to continue moving on and being where I am today. And I thank you very much. It's the truth. It's the truth because, you know, with everything that went on, it was time maybe to step out. But another friend of mine who during that time, what had happened, stepped up to the plate and really I shook his hands twice at the parade, to be quite honest with you, is Greg Ball. I didn't know him from a hole in the wall. Had no idea who he was. I said, you know how he works the crowd. Boom, boom, boom. He's shaking hands left and right. after everything would happen, he gave me a call. He says, listen, can I help you in any way, shape, or form? I said, listen, I don't know how to run a campaign. He goes, no problem, I'm coming down for the last 6 weeks. And that's how his and I relationship started and will continue, because you never know who your friends are until the chips are down or you're against the wall. And that's how him and I met, and you'll always be a friend of mine, Greg Wall. But just in retrospect, you know, having the opportunity to serve my town, where I've been born and raised, and my family's lived there for almost 50 years. I have my mother right here, my sister Erin, my brother Sean, my brother Patrick, my brother Dennis, who unfortunately couldn't make it, my sister Colleen, who's out of town. I love you guys, and thank you for all your support. To my mother-in-law and father-in-law and brother-in-law and sister-in-law, you guys know how it is when I'm running out of the house and babysitting. And Rob, you know how it is trying to get babysitters and stuff like that. It's, you know, I can't do this without your help and without your support. And it's truly a true heart. Well, thank you very much for all your support. And most importantly, to my beautiful wife. Hon, you know I love you. The kids, Michaela, you see them. You got 2 future politicians on your hand, as you can see. We got to keep them groomed. And 1 on the way.
That's right.
All the nights out, being out of town, and obviously everybody here who's running for office knows how it is to be out and about, and you're running here and running there, and it's the meetings here and the meetings there. You can't do it without a support structure. I have got the most phenomenal support structure in my life. My beautiful wife, my family, my in-laws, they're the best, and thank you very much. I love you all. Would you like to say something?
Hi.
Thank you all for coming. I truly appreciate it. This is a wonderful day for myself and my family. And a little side note, the John Hand Award that we're seeing today, I went to school with his younger daughter, Maureen, in St. Pat's for 8 years. Just a little FYI. That's Mr. Chairman?
Yes.